We're live. This is the North London Derby preview. Let's do this. Amateur hour. Hold on. I'm getting the intro. I really need to fix that intro. This is the preview of the North London Derby between Arsenal and Tottenham on Sunday afternoon. And today, joining me is Gumza. How are you, sir?
Yo, Nigerian, why are you trying to take my shine, bro?
Sorry, bro. Sorry.
Let me go first, innit? You know you're always
do your thing, bro.
I'm here, bro. I'm actually excited for this weekend, man. Like, I'm buzzing.
Go on, Nigerian. Do your thing.
What thing are you referring to, guys? I said it before and I'll say it again. This is our end, yeah? North London is our end, Tottenham. Remember that. We came in from south to north and we took over your zones, innit? It's now our zones. Recognize. Oh, yeah, now. Let's go. Let's get it. I'm ready.
And, of course, it's the man. He lent me 50 quid with no problems whatsoever. Nigerian Englishman. How are you, sir?
I'm good, bro. I'm very, very good, man. Transfers from Nigeria still work as normal, bro. Don't worry. We got this. We're ready. Any smoke for the Tottenham guys. This is probably the most comfortable place I feel wherever I am football-wise when we're talking about Tottenham Hotspur, mate. I'm never nervous.
Lovely stuff.
Let's go.
Right. Let's go with a predicted lineup. Do you think this is what Arteta? This is what I've gone. Well, this is not what I've gone for. This is what I think Arteta will go for. So we got Ramsdale in goal, Tomiyasu, White, Gabriel, Tierney, Partey, Xhaka, Odegaard, Pepe, Saka, and Aubameyang. So Nigerian, is he going to start with that team, or do you think he's going to do something different?
I would love to say no. I'd love to say no, but our manager's proved time and time again he does the wrong things at the wrong time. So I don't think it'll be fair for him to. I don't think Lokonga's done anything to not be in that starting lineup. If anything, he's done everything to at least get that chance in that big game. To be honest, he was probably the one kind of spark from the Chelsea game, even though there was no bright sparks at all. He still kind of gave it a go. So Xhaka shouldn't be back in his side, man, especially for the sheer fact of the reason why he was suspended for 3 games. It was a moment of madness from our most experienced player, who's supposed to be one of our captains. So he should get hit. I know the FA have punished him with 3 games, but Arteta should punish him as well and say, look, you need to fight yourself back into this team. Lokonga or Xhaka or Partey would have to have a bad game for you to be back in it. Everything else, I'm okay. Like who is the front 3? Go back to the screen.
Pepe, Saka, and Abba.
All right. So in terms of the front 3, I want Laka to start because of his North London Derby record. Like I think it's 5 goals and 2 assists or something like that in derbies that he's been involved in. So I would rather Laka start. And we keep proving time and time again, a striker like Lacazette will probably benefit more from how we're playing than an Aubameyang. That doesn't mean I think he's a better striker, but for how Arteta seems to have us playing, Lacazette is better suited for that system. Personally. Yeah. And you know my opinion about Pepe, but we can get into that a bit later.
Yeah, no, definitely. Gumza?
Yeah, in agreement with Nigerian. If Xhaka walks back in his team, I'm not going to be happy. The fact he managed to walk back in the dressing room after flirting with Roma and twerking for Roma, I'm not happy about that in general. And then the fact he gets the armband gets me vexed. But actually, against Man City, who one of the hardest teams to play against in the league, yes, Chelsea and Liverpool are difficult, but on City, when they're purring, it's impossible. You know what I mean? They're the worst team to play against. So to get that reckless red card, it just shows what he's about. He's not a leader. When people call him a leader, he's not a leader. Leaders don't do them kind of things to me. Like, you lead by example, and the younger boys show more leadership to me than him. Like, in a moment where we need to stick together and get through, you go and get yourself sent off and leave with us 10 men against the best passing team in England, you know what I mean, for a while. So for me, same as Nigerian, actually, we're in a place, we're on the back of 2 wins. So you can't just walk back in here. Like, you've now got to bide your time until we mess up again. Then you might say, well, actually, yeah, we need Xhaka back in. But until something goes wrong, I feel Odegaard and Smith Rowe deserve to keep that position. I think I'd like Lokonga as well. But equally, I like Smith Rowe, and I think Smith Rowe deserves to play. I think this will mean a lot to him as well, playing against Tottenham. So I don't know who I'll go playing, because you might say, right, strengthen up, put 2 in there, like him next to Partey. But equally, I want us to go at Tottenham. Like, they're on the ropes a bit. Do you know what I mean? They've lost 2. They just scraped through in the Carling Cup. Throwing away a 2-goal lead. So actually, it shows when you go at them, there's vulnerability there. Like, they're not got a settled back line. Midfield, I don't know who's playing where at the moment. It seems like Højbjerg's the only consistent player they got in there. For me, you got to go at them. So I'd play with Smith Rowe and Odegaard in the 2-8s with Partey behind. And then equally, I agree with Nigerian. Lacazette is who I would go with. He just seems to bring it out in these games. But equally, Oba's not got a bad record against Spurs. And I would actually play Oba on the left and Saka on the right. I know you're going to pull that face, but it's, to me, that's what I'll be going with. I said, I'm just going at them. I'm going at them, and I would go with Oba on the left, Saka on the right, and obviously the two number 8s and Partey. That'd be me. And the back 5 kind of picks itself at the moment.
No, Nigerian, tell him why you're not playing Aubameyang on the left. Go on.
Like, he's proven time and time again last season that putting him on that side is just not the one, bro. I hear what you're saying, because you want them both on the side. I hear it. But if he can figure out how to play them, like, you know, when Emery figured out how to play them 2 together, like a 3-5-2 or whatever he was playing, that somehow worked. And for some reason, Arteta's never tried that, even though it proved to be very prolific towards the back end of Emery's first season. If he plays like that, I'm not necessarily against Abba playing with Lacazette as a team, but on the left, isolated on that side.
Do you know what it is? I think when he's been out on the left sometimes, and he's got a good record. He had a good record out on the left for us. You think of the FA Cup run, he was out on the left. But I think it's how we set up. If we're defensively strong, like how we asked to drop back so deep, then it's wasted. But if we're going to say, actually, do you know what? We're going to attack Tottenham and you hang out there, then for me, it could work. Like, again, you don't see Son having to do what Abba does when he plays on the left. Son plays left wing and he's the highest man. Do you know what I mean? We know Lacazette's going to come in and work. So actually, you can always say to Abba, cheat, Saka's going to work. But yeah, for me, I just want to go at them. I really just want to attack these lot from the off. And do you know what I mean? They're going to be vulnerable. They're going to be a bit vulnerable. They're going to be second guessing themselves after what happened on the week in midweek. So yeah, I just want to go at them. And for me, I would go with them too, personally. And for me, it's any way to get Lacazette in that team. I think that's what it is getting Lacazette in, but knowing Oba's not going to get dropped. So
fair.
Let me go through mine quickly, because we've got a little surprise in store for you. But my take, I think Lacazette is the man. You know, his record obviously speaks for stuff. You both mentioned, you touched on that. I'm with Nigeria when it comes to Pepe. He's not doing it for me. He's not doing it for me. So I would put ESR on the left, Saka on the right. We're crying to see Saka back on the right-hand side. And obviously, I would rather have Lokonga than Xhaka in there. But we all know Mikel Arteta and how much he loves him. And I've got a horrible feeling that he is going to return. Now, this is what we do in the Armoury TV. We got ourselves a little special guest in. Well, we'll let him introduce himself and where he comes from.
Oi, oi, oi. Mate. He actually did it. Making his Armoury debut, I think. With a Tottenham shirt. How dare you, Darius? How dare you?
Right. I don't know if you know, but I have a tradition where I don't really wear Tottenham tops that often on stream, in games and stuff.
We understand you.
But I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's my second appearance on this channel, this great channel. So every time I'm on this channel, Spurs shirt every time.
All right,
but
all right.
How we doing?
We're good,
It's good to
man.
see you all. It's been a while, to be fair.
Yeah,
It's very nice
man.
to see you all. So yeah, it's nice to see you. Are you not confident? I've been hearing you talking quite a lot of praise about your teams and our specific targets that you've taken. Not going to mention names.
We were talking about a predicted lineup. Let's get a Tottenham fan's perspective on this. Is what we want. This is what I believe Arteta is going to go with. So I'll go over it again. Ramsdale in goal. Tomiyasu, White, Gabriel, Tierney, Partey, Xhaka, Odegaard, Pepe, Saka, Aubameyang in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Talk to me, Darius.
Now, before I go into that lineup, in you guys' opinion, is that your strongest team?
No.
Cool. Okay, that's cool. I just wanted to make that one clear before I say anything. Could you put it back up just for 2 seconds, please? I just forgot who was there. So for me, the back line is very strong now in terms of just sort of ball playing, aggression, everything. I think Tomiyasu, you know what? If you follow me on Twitter, you know how I feel about Tomiyasu.
Definitely.
I think, like I said, I've been singing his praises. I'll be honest, didn't know about him before he was linked with Tottenham.
Consistent of that,
No, 100%. And I didn't know about him before he was linked with Tottenham, but I did a lot of.
We seem to have lost Darius there.
Yeah. He's
I
back.
think the internet knew he was waffling, innit, about Tottenham.
Apologies. Sorry, a friend of mine said, yeah, if you lot get him, you lot are going to be serious because he watches a lot of Serie A. So I watched a bunch of games. Like I found a bunch of full games online, watched games with him, watched compilations. There was a certain game against Inter he played and he was amazing. And I said, if you've got a player who can sort of fill 2 roles and Tottenham are sort of a team that always like to sort of penny pinch in the market, why wouldn't you go for him? So I was very shocked to see for 17 million pounds in the end that you signed him for. Ridiculous. Like I think he's going to turn out to honestly be probably your best signing. So I do believe that is a massive upgrade on both right backs. He obviously managed to ship out Bellingham as well. So I think that, and I heard that Cedric Suarez had quite a good game on against Wimbledon. I know it's Wimbledon, but it was against Wimbledon as well. So I guess that's a better option to have. But yeah, that back line's all right. Again, I think Ben White is suspect. I think that I think you could probably have Holding or Murray probably do a better job at the moment. It might be because he's new to the team, so I'm not going to obviously hold him fully to that. But I do believe that he needs to play in a 3 at the back to fully see him sort of be his best, because he needs 2 defenders to sort of cover. He's not a defensive defender, and that sounds kind of crazy. He loves to get the ball forward. He loves to try and sort of beat the midfielders in the press, sort of play long balls. So defense is sort of the second thing on his mind almost. So I think you need sort of 2 defenders. I guess Tierney as a left-sided centre back would help, but again, he's quite good going forward. So I think a 3 at the back suits you a lot better. I think it suits us better, but I think that's a decent team. Again, I would also probably not play Aubameyang, but that's just personally me. I guess you do have to play him since he's your captain and your main striker, but I just don't really see what he offers you if he's not going to score. And in a London derby, I guess he will work hard because it's a London derby, but then at the same time, you need to put in more than just working hard. You need to have an engine all up and down the pitch for the whole game. And I think that's why we'll probably play. I want to see Ndombele start, but I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't for that reason, just because he played
I think he'd risk not starting Ndombele in a game like that.
I don't think he'll risk it because of the results that we've had in obviously the past couple of weeks and stuff, and sort of the fact that he needs to attack against Arsenal of all teams as well. But if he didn't play him and he chose to go for like a Skip, Højbjerg and Ali, just because of those 3 having a little bit more of an engine than Ndombele, then I wouldn't be surprised. But me personally, I said in our group chat, Ndombele has to start every single game from now on that he can, because he just offers something that not many players offer. And for me, that's important for us because we just don't create any chances. But I am confident that we'll be creative enough against you guys, just because it is that sort of cliche that form goes out the window. It's just, he will just say, look, if you don't want to embarrass yourselves and sort of make yourselves look bad in front of the fans in this London derby, then you just got to give it your all. And I know we haven't won. I think we've only won. I saw a stat this morning. We've only beat you twice at home in what, since 1993. So I guess a win isn't really rare at all. But I would expect a performance at the least. And I think that team that you showed me there is also going to put up a performance, even though, like you said, form's probably been bad for both of us. But I think there's a lot more creativity in your team, and I don't know what you guys think about our team and potential lineup that we could face up, but the creativity in your team is a lot more apparent, in my opinion. And I think off the bench as well, you probably have a little bit more as well.
Anyone want to respond to what Darius just said there?
You want me to go?
Yeah, go.
Go on, Income.
Yeah. To be fair, I think with regards to Tottenham, like you're saying, it's just you've got two main threats that always seem to punish us in Kane and Son. I do think we're defensively better now. Against Burnley, it was apparent. I don't know if you still got the slides in there, Tony, but if you saw Tierney's positioning and Tomiyasu's positioning, it was evident that Tomiyasu was tasked with you kind of sit in and make a free, and Tierney, you got the freedom to go, which I think would benefit us if we're playing against Son on the left, because he's been when that kills us, he hangs there, our right back gets caught.
And it was Bellerin, wasn't it? I remember the game at the Lane where Son scored that goal. That was Bellerin misplacing a cross and then not really tracking back. So you're not going to see that with Tomiyasu. I definitely agree with that.
For sure.
Yeah. Tony, you want to say something?
You've actually jumped the gun there for me. So we'll do this now because we potentially this game has a very intriguing battle, and it'll have the attention of the people of Asia. Put it this way:
the Battle of Asia, eh? Go on.
Yeah. Tomiyasu versus Son. I'm going to ask that question right now, and Gamza, because I interrupted you, you can go first.
Yeah, I think I don't want to say he can, because Son, I don't even like to admit it, I actually love Son. Like, as a player,
do you put him in that Kante category? Because I do. I feel like all the fans put him in that Kante category.
And I think a lot of fans have got that thing where it doesn't matter who he plays for. Actually, I like him. He's ridiculous. So he can beat anybody in his day, but I think he's up for more of a battle against Tomiyasu than he has been in previous seasons against whoever we've played at right back. He has got the better of him more time than not, but I think Tomiyasu will give him a big battle. So I'm going to back my boy. I'm going to go Tomiyasu's going to deal with him, and I think it's less to do with Son, but more to do with the rest of your team not really performing where they should be. So I think it would be probably a bit easier to silence Son at the moment. But again, we still got the other threat of Harry. So, but yeah, I'm believing in our boys this time. I'm actually a bit more confident than normal for some strange reason. So yeah, I'm backing him. No,
Nigeria, before we go to our Tottenham boy.
All right. So what I would say is this, Tomiyasu gives me Kolo Toure vibes. Let me explain. So, certain players they're not about the glitz and glamour, the flair, all that stuff. Just let me play football, I beg. Please.
He's your Højbjerg.
Yeah. Højbjerg.
Same concept.
Okay, we'll move on from that. He's nothing like any
not taking the slander. Not taking the slander. We're not doing that.
But if you've seen his interview, they asked him what his favored position is, and you know what the answer he gave? On the pitch. Wherever the manager wants me to play, I'm a play, and I love that energy. If you look at people from the Asian region, they don't. The culture doesn't allow them to be. It doesn't train them to be like flamboyant and want the limelight. Let me just do my job, and he's got an engine on him. He's physical. Because of Gazzetta Football Italia, I don't know, everyone that grew up watching that show probably has an Italian team. So my Italian team's been Juventus since the Baggio and Vialli days. So I watch Italian football a lot, and he's super strong. The 2 games he had against Ronaldo last season, Ronaldo didn't get much of a sniff around him. So I'm confident he can do it against Son, but Son is just so unpredictable. He doesn't need a lot to make things happen. So he might beat him 9 out of 10. He might lock down Son 9 out of 10 times. But that one, Son only needs that one. He doesn't need 5 chances to score. We've seen it. He can score off 1 or 2 chances in a game. And just like Gamza said, I don't wanna like Son. Just like I didn't want to like Bale when he was at Tottenham the first time. But there's just certain men that you have to respect their game, man. And he's one of those guys for sure.
Man, like
Tomiyasu to the world.
Let's go to Darius. We'll try and intimidate him a little bit. Here was his numbers against Burnley.
Saw these.
Now you can
You lot
talk
were.
to me.
This was going all over Arsenal Twitter, wasn't it? You lot were loving this stuff. I remember. I followed too many Arsenal people on Twitter because I saw this retweeted about 5-6 times on my timeline. It is good though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna front because this was my guy. This is the guy who's meant to be my right back. So I'm not gonna front and start, hating on the guy because he joined Arsenal. I was pissed. Don't get me wrong. I was very angry, but he's good. But my issue, or not issue, but my thing is, I think what will happen in this game is for 70 minutes he'll probably be solid and he probably will keep Son quiet, but Son will have a chance and he'll get past him. And if you don't sort of have somebody else to back him, and who plays right centre back, it'll be Ben White for you, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you get to Ben White and it's Son v Ben White, I put Son on Ben White any day. So my thing is Tomiyasu can be on him for 70, 80 minutes, but is he going to be able to stop him for 100% of the time? And that's the issue with Son. Son's finishing is he's one of those players where you have to stop him 100% of the time, because if you give him the opportunity, he will score. And I just think that probably will be the battle that everybody's sort of surprised that Tomiyasu might come out on top of us. I think Kane will probably have a better game than he's had all season, solely because it's Arsenal. He always scores against Arsenal. And I do think that he will just do his thing against those centre-backs of yours. I do think your centre-backs are good. I just think that Kane is an intelligent enough centre-back to be able to handle them. I think Tierney, I don't know who will play on the right for us. Don't know if Bergwijn will be fit. Don't know if Mora will be fit. It might be Brian Hill because he's played really well recently. So don't watch out for Brian Hill as well.
I don't know if you saw in the comments, SKTV says,
yeah,
you kind of touched on it already. He said, Darius, are you worried about Kane's form, or is this the perfect game for him to kickstart his season?
He still scored, don't get me wrong, this season, but the performances have been kind of pants. And
exactly,
I think it's because he wants to do too much. He still thinks he has to play the role that Jose put him in last season, where he has to drop deep, and he actually doesn't anymore. Because if Ndombele plays higher, which we saw against Wolves in the Carabao Cup, he doesn't need to actually drop. And the goal that he scored was him making a run and Dele Alli playing a pass through. So I just think it's him sort of being frustrated. Obviously, he didn't get his move. I think it will take him 10, 12 games maybe to basically just to pattern up and realize you're not going anywhere. And I also don't think he's going anywhere next season, because I just think there's too many players on the market next season to sort of allow him to move. So I think it will take it within him to sort of sort himself out. He might not have as good a season this season. He might not get 30 goals and 20 assists, but I still think he'll have good enough numbers. He has records that he wants to chase. He has things he needs to prove. And I think that if he does want to get a move or potentially sort of entice City to go for him rather than Haaland, because I know who I'd go for over those two. So
right.
I just think that he has to sort of perform, and the World Cup as well. So there's a lot of reasons why I think he will improve. But don't get me wrong, I think he's been pants at the start of the season, and I think we played better. The City game, he wasn't playing. We played better and pressed better. And also the Wolves game, we didn't play very well, but we pressed better, and that's the main thing for me. I saw a lot better pressing from our team. So Kane's form will be this game. I guarantee you, if it is going to be any game, you lot are going to get 2 goals past you, a penalty and a screamer. So I'm not worried about that. But yeah, no, I just think that he's going to have a better duel or an easier duel than Son will against Tomiyasu. I do believe that Tomiyasu will have a decent to good game. I already said as a joke on Twitter that Tomiyasu will probably get man of the match and score, but I hope that doesn't happen. So.
I hope so.
It's
more
also
worried about him than I am your strikers. I'm not gonna lie. I'm more worried about Tomiyasu than I am your strikers. So if that says anything, that should say something.
Partey, 30-yard screamer, bro, winner.
It's going Rosette every time, though, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it does. I've not seen a Partey shot on target since he's joined.
Partey's gonna pick it up and bang.
That'll be the first time.
He'll hit one on target on Wednesday night, but he's getting closer. Hit the crossbar, then on target. Bro, next one's in.
One out of what? 1,000.
And it's the most important one. North London derby now. You get me? He was saving himself, polishing himself, ready for that one, isn't it?
I actually think that's going to be the going back to the Tomiyasu Son battle. I actually think that's going to be the key battle that will decide whether we win or lose this game. For me personally,
do you think the midfield battle is going to be important?
Yeah, who you not playing? Do you reckon? Who do you play in the midfield? I know Højbjerg picks himself.
It'll be Højbjerg, Skip, and either Ndombele or Dele Alli. I believe. I believe it'll be Ndombele. But I won't be. So, like I said, I won't be surprised if it's Dele Alli. but I want it to be Ndombele because Ndombele against your midfield. Not that who's going to start for you? Because I don't know who's going to. That's a question I can answer you lot as well. That's more of a question I can answer you lot because I think is it Xhaka, Partey, Lokonga? Is Odegaard going to play in a double pivot like he did before again? What's going to happen?
The two things that make me nervous: if we either start with the same midfield three as we did against Burnley, I'll be nervous.
Sorry, what was that? Sorry, I
was Partey in the hole, and then Odegaard and Smith Rowe.
Oh, that was attacking. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's the style that we want against you guys. And I also am scared if we start Xhaka. Obviously, because I don't rate him as a player anyway. He's been out of the side for 3 games anyway. So I believe Lokonga deserves to start that game in the middle with Partey more than anything. But if we start Xhaka, you lot have always got a chance, man, to be honest. Because he can't handle a press. He cannot handle anyone pressing him. And if he has to turn from left to right, it'll take an hour, so you'll probably get the ball off him anyway.
I just, like I said, the reason I would want Xhaka is because I can't imagine Xhaka dealing with Ndombele very well at all.
Exactly.
And that's why that's the duel that I would want to see. Partey, I think, could handle him better. I think that would be a good duel. I also think that going forward, I think that Højbjerg would be able to handle Odegaard better than Smith Rowe. So I'd rather probably see Odegaard, even though I think Odegaard is a better player. I think that Smith Rowe, the way he plays football and sort of, because Odegaard is more of a pick the ball up, look in space and play sort of a threaded pass. I think Smith Rowe likes to run at players more. I think he's got that ability to run at players more. And Højbjerg, if he doesn't sort of get his tackle perfect, he will cause a foul. And Smith Rowe more times will dribble at Højbjerg, which means more times Højbjerg will most likely draw a foul, which I don't really want to see. So I'd rather somebody, pick a ball up and pass it from deeper, and we can sort of intercept that. Because, like I said, we've got Højbjerg who can intercept very well, Skip who can intercept very well, and then now we've got Romero, who I think Romero will start this game as well, who's also an excellent interceptor of the ball. So I'd rather see that than Smith Rowe. But don't get me wrong, I
don't know. You see,
that's an interesting one.
Odegaard in the last couple of games, I see him tackling players. So
no, but
I don't know.
I hear what Darius is trying to say, because what with Smith Rowe, there's more chance of maybe first 20 minutes he nicks the ball past Højbjerg and he gets a cheeky yellow card and
free kick close to the box.
Exactly, playing 70 minutes on a yellow card against Smith Rowe again, and people like to go in on Saka as well, so that could be very nerve-wracking. And I definitely don't think your manager will take him off on a yellow card. Definitely
Højbjerg won't come off. If he starts, he definitely won't come off.
Yeah, he can't take him off. This is why I would go with the 2 8s rather than the solid base. I think it's the emphasis is on Arsenal to go at Tottenham. And from what you're saying, I haven't watched much of Skip, I'll be honest, but he's not, to me, a threat that way. He's more... You know what I mean? A holder.
In terms of he will, so the only really threat going forward he can provide is a long ball over the top, and he can play sort of a ball through the middle, similar to what, not as good as Partey, because I think Partey is absolutely amazing. It's sort of that threaded ball through the lines, but he can do that when he needs to, but he won't do that as much. But he won't dribble past it, and he won't sort of bang a goal top corner. He will never do that. No.
Yeah. So to me, it's having players in and around him, and actually I think with Smith Rowe moving, it causes a few more problems that way. You're now thinking, where is he? And Odegaard, who's going to get on the ball and try and pass. So I think I'm tired of Arsenal blocking up and 2 central midfielders to try and protect. I think, again, a good battle will be Ndombele or Ali and Partey. And then actually let's put the 2 midfielders on the back foot and let's go try and press them back. Do you know what I mean? Again, you look at the Wolves game the other day, you're 2-0 uncomfortable and then conceded 2. So,
I know.
Yeah, to me, it's not about...
It was a set piece as well. You know what? That's one thing I've noticed. Set pieces, we're conceding a lot. So Gabriel, if he starts, that's another thing I'm going to be afraid of, because Gabriel from set pieces is very dangerous. So it's another thing to keep your eye on.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting. Interesting battles. Go on, Tony.
I've got a question for Darius, because I mean, see Nuno, when he was at Wolves, he tended to play 3 at the back, didn't he? Since he's come in, he hasn't really done that, has he?
Do you know what it is? And I was just before I answer that question, I was just going to say the reason I think that I agree with Gomez on just that point about the 2 8s is if Arteta was to switch it, if you were to take the lead and Arteta was to switch it at halftime, kind of like how Tuchel did against us, and then basically wiped us 3-0, you lot will probably have a much better game than that. But I just don't think he'll do that. That's the issue. But I think that 2 8s could work. Just on that, Tony, it's the 3 at the back. I think is. I'm not saying it's the fans' fault, but like everybody wants to see attacking football, and there's this weird thing going around in football, the fact that if you play free at the back, it's not attacking. That's never ever made sense to me. I've never understood that. From when I was watching Dortmund, when Lucien Favre was there and he was playing 3-4-3 and he had Hakimi and Guerrero as his fullbacks, do you think they were ever getting back to defend that much? So that whole 3 at the back thing doesn't make any sense to me. So
For sure, Conte at Juve and at
Conte
Chelsea.
at Juve and at Chelsea. There's so many examples. Exactly. Tuchel at Chelsea. There's so many examples you can give, and that's why I never understood sort of like why people were against. For me, 3-5-2 would work perfectly. If you had 3-5-2 and then Ndombele in the 10 and Son and Kane in front of him as a partnership, that to me is the perfect formation. We've got wing backs in Reguilon and now Emerson, and then we can play still the 2 of Højbjerg and Skip, and then you still got another 3 defenders to get past. To me, that seems like a sure-proof formation. So I just think it's more of the fans would be turning their nose up. You know, if we lost the game and we played 3 at the back, fans would be like, oh, we played 3 at the back and we lost. If we won the game, they wouldn't care. If you play 4 at the back, if you play 4-3-3 and you lose the game, obviously fans are still going to get onto Nuno because the football's not good at the moment. But 4 at the back, it seems to be more attacking. That's the only reason I can suggest, because honestly, 3 at the back suits our team way more than 4 does. And we've bought a centre back, 42 million pounds, who's only played in 3 at the backs his whole career. So I just genuinely think it's the fact that the fans would probably throw a fit if we lost the game, and 3 at the back was the formation that we played. That is literally the only excuse I can give you, which is sad. It's really sad.
Can I ask you a question as well, Darius, quickly?
Go ahead.
So us as Arsenal fans, we've taken a lot of stick for our transfer dealings. Obviously, we've spent the most in the Prem, but not by much. But obviously, we've got in 5 or 6 players. You spent almost the same as us and brought in similar kind of mold, but you kind of gone under the radar. Do you think your business has been better than ours this year? Because you've got a centre back which cost over 40 and ours cost 50. So there's only about 5 mil difference in that. The right backs were similar price, and we both linked with both players, and you got one, we got the other. You got Brian.
That is true, actually. Yeah, I forgot you were with Emerson.
I think we got the better one.
I think you did, and I'm not going to say that on our Tottenham channel. So you're lucky I said that here.
You got a keeper as well. Ours is probably a bit more expensive, but you got a keeper who's playing second fiddle, and we've got one who's probably starting. What else did you buy? You brought Brian Gill. We brought Odegaard.
We got Pape Sarr as well, who's gone back on loan.
So we got Tavares and Lokonga, who are squad players. But to me, it was kind of, we spent similar. We probably brought more players and spent a little bit more than you lot, but no one's really talking about your transfer business. So you didn't get a sub striker either, did you?
No. So for me, I think first of all, the reason that our transfer business was weird and the window was weird was because I think there was sort of 2 plans, one with Kane, one without Kane. And I think because they were sort of undecided on what that was going to be until really late, they couldn't fully make decisions, because we were linked with Martinez, we were linked with Vlahovic, we were linked with Koundé, we were linked with so many players that I think would have come through the door. Maybe not Koundé because he wanted Champions League football, but the striker side, definitely, I think we would have brought in a very, very good striker had Kane left. And we were also looking for strikers if Kane didn't leave. I think we still would have tried for Martinez like you guys did, even if Kane didn't leave, because I think that's what Nuno wants to do. But on the window, and this might be just because obviously I'm a Tottenham fan, you guys are Arsenal fans. I think the players that we've signed are better than the players that you signed in terms of now and for the future. You guys won't know about Pape Sarr because I wouldn't expect you to. Like, I wouldn't know about Lokonga. I only did a bit of research because obviously he's joined Arsenal. Pape Sarr is seen to a lot of people in France as like one of the next big things. And he played against PSG recently and was probably the best player for Metz and maybe one of the best players on the pitch. So if he comes back and he starts next year, that for me is a hit. Who else can you compare? Gil as well, around Spain, is seen as one of the best. He's captain for the under-21, seen as one of the best talents. So I think, again, he's seen to come in and do very well. I agree with you. I think people have ragged on you for your transfers a bit too much, but I think it's because it's misallocation of funds rather than the individuals that you've bought, because you didn't need to go and spend 50 million on Ben White when you had William Saliba in your club. So it's not the issue of it's not the issue of the player. Do you know what I mean? It's the issue of spending the money when you need to. In my opinion, you lot need to get planning for a striker. You should have gone in for a striker like Martinez or any striker, because Aubameyang and Lacazette aren't getting any younger. You got your right back, so that's good. I still think you needed a centre mid. I still think you probably needed a better left back. I don't know what Tavares is like, but I think Tierney's an injury prone player, similar to sort of Tanganga for us, and that's why I didn't really want Tanganga to be our main backup right back. I wanted it to be Tomiyasu because he, like you said, Tierney, he doesn't seem to get injured. He seems to want to work hard all the time. So I just think it's difficult to compare. I still think we've had a better window. I'll always say that, just because I think that the players, and probably because I've done more research on the players, I think that the players that we bought are better. But I think the reason that you've had a worse window as well is because you lot have spent in positions and places that you've not needed to spend, and that's what I was saying. Sorry, Gomzo, is the issue with your spending and ours is not necessarily the individuals that you bought, but more the fact that you, like I said to Tony and TNE, was the fact that you didn't need to go and spend 50 million on a centre back when you had Saliba in
keep Saliba and spend 40 mil on Bissouma. Save 10 million of that to use on Onana in January.
There we go. Why did Aouar was literally being thrown at both of our clubs? Literally, Aulas was begging. But
Darius, before you go about that Aouar thing, do you not also think that there must be something wrong with dude, bro?
He's got to be. Because he's got to have a bad attitude.
He gives me that Ben Arthur kind of vibe, you know.
He's got to have a very, very bad attitude, because every time I watch him play, he's got everything for a centre mid. And when you lot went into him last year, I was like, nah, please don't let this happen. And then I saw him basically being offered to both of our clubs, and I was like, well, why don't we just take the risk? 15, 20 million, I think they were asking for.
I've heard they were even offering us a season loan.
A loan deal.
Bro.
So you don't even have to spend money. So he must have had a stinky attitude for both of our clubs, not especially Arsenal, because again, you got Odegaard, but even if you add another and he's more of a centre mid, a box to box centre mid, I think. Even if you got him in, that's just strength in depth. So it's like, that must have been bad. But I just think, maybe in hindsight, and maybe when you look back at it, Arsenal's players, the individuals, aren't bad at all. I think, like I said, Odegaard, great player. Tomiyasu, great player. Ramsdale, I'm not too sure about. Maybe could come good. Maybe unfortunate to be in 2 relegation sort of sides. Ben White, again, might come clean. I think he needs to play in the 3 at the back, so that's going to take time. But it's just the fact that he didn't need to spend that money, and you did. And now it's like, next year, I think the striker issue is going to get bad for you guys. Unless Balogun obviously turns out to be this wonder kid, or Aubameyang turns his career around, because Lacazette seems like he's on his way out, and Nketiah for me is just a dud. So
don't get me started about that, boy.
I get that. I have that with a few players.
Do you know what it is?
The knee slide when he scored the goal midweek.
He failed me as well. My phone started popping off when he scored. No, but do you know what it is with Nketiah? Why I'm not saying he's going to be a great striker and he's going to be the Ian Wright or whatever else it is. I just feel our strikers are struggling in general. We've got Aubameyang on 350,000 a week who's struggling. Lacazette's on 200,000 and struggling. So actually, how can I expect this kid to come in and be the answer? Like, I 100%. Think we're too easy to. He plays one game, he's terrible, he didn't score. Well, Abba didn't score for 3 in a row, 4 in a row, 5 in a row. Abba didn't get involved in the game. Like, we know what Abba can do.
He does press very well as well.
Yeah, and we know what Abba can do, but actually it's a system fault why we're probably looking bad as our strikers are looking bad more than actually being the strikers being bad. It's more we're not getting service. I'm watching other teams and they're creating chances. Look, Man United, I'm watching United the other day, and it's how many shots do they have midweek? 20-something shots? Do you know what I mean? So if Martial's not scoring in that, then I can actually say, well, it must be the player, because you're getting 27 chances, but we're getting 4 or 5 shots. So what am I expecting to really do with that? Do you know what I mean? And 3 of them are parties, putting it in row Z. So,
the issue is, though, I think it's similar for, it sounds like you have, well, I don't know, you seem like you're going to give him faith, and I have that same faith with Bergwijn, but it's like I've seen Bergwijn be one-on-one and miss big chances. Like the Liverpool game last season, almost ruined his career. Almost ruined his career because he missed 2 gilt-edged chances. And some fans, to this day, despite him basically sort of not turning around his career, but he's improved a lot this season. In pre-season, he's worked hard. He's been better. He's still not got the goals, but to this day, fans no faith. Zero's like done with him. I think that's the sort of thing with
pitch,
Nketiah, because I've seen Nketiah miss some bad chances.
He misses them, yeah. And again, it's the other day he missed the sitter and Tony's on to me straight away. But again, there's probably videos out there of Kane missing sitters.
for that, didn't you?
No,
That's
but
the issue.
guys,
Kane misses a sitter, but Kane will bag 25 goals in a season.
yeah, but guys, let's be honest, right? There's just certain men that are not mentally right to play at big clubs, bro.
It'll do bits at Crystal
work,
Palace.
bro.
It'll do bits at Crystal Palace.
Maybe
Take him
even
Crystal Palace
Everton or something. Maybe.
Yeah, one of those clubs. Like Damari Gray's another example. Like at Leicester was even too much for Damari Gray. Everton is just that rung below. He seems like he's doing okay at Everton, and maybe that may be the same case for Nketiah. He might just.
I think really find his feet somewhere, but again, it's toxic, and do you know what? It's better for him to actually leave and go and just enjoy his football somewhere because he can't win.
To be fair.
And just like Darius was saying, we are kind of screwed striker wise. Lacazette.
Oh, you man are done for. I'm telling you now, next season it's going to be bad.
Nketiah is definitely leaving on a free. We're not going to renew his contract and sell him in summer. He's just leaving on a free. Who knows? I don't think because of the way we're playing. As long as Arteta's our manager, I can't see Aubameyang refining his form. If I'm honest. Agreed. So what I would have done, I would have dropped 35 million on Ivan Toney. Might be an unpopular opinion, but he's good in the air. He's physical, and teams won't be able to bully us, bro. Fact.
Good shot. Very good shot.
Yeah, to be fair, Harry Kane's coming home next year.
Which, like I said, if you had 50 million to spend on a striker, I think you can get a decent striker for 50 million. You may have to pay a bit more. Would you guys be angry if you didn't have Ben White in your team now and you had Saliba and you had an extra 50 million to spend on a striker? I'm pretty sure many Arsenal fans would be angry. And that's why I laugh so much at your transfer window, because it's like, what was possessing those? No one's ragging on Ben White, because I'm not going to be a hypocrite and say I was not a fan of Ben White when he was at Leeds and when he was at Brighton. But why on earth would you go and drop £50 million on a centre-back when you've got one of probably the best centre-backs up and coming that everybody claims to be? Well, like I said, I always put him on the same level as Fofana. Fofana and him were the centre-back partnership for Saint Etienne. One of them is now Leicester's main centre-back. The other one probably could have been Arsenal's main centre-back. But he's done 3 loan deals, and he's got now 2 years left on his deal. If I was him, I'm never signing another contract with Arsenal. The way they treat him.
Not Arteta's there, yeah.
It's just that's why Arsenal get clowned. You've improved sort of the individuals. You haven't bought a Willian anymore, and that was craziness. That whole thing. But again, if he's willing, and I was laughing. I don't know what's going on inside Arsenal, but if he's willing to sacrifice 20 M's to leave Arsenal, how much was he hating that? Like, what was going on for him to sort of give up that money? So there's loads of things, and I guess it's a positive that he's gone and that you've brought in younger players, but still, there's still issues with the way that you're spending in the market. Paratici, for me, I can see him making better deals. Looking like Frank Kessie seems like he wants to go for him. He's very keen on Frank Kessie.
Forget
we
that
get Frank
one,
Kessie.
Forget that one.
That's what I want. That's what I'm looking for, man. I'm looking for that. But I just think that it's not the individuals. It's the way that you just misallocation of funds. That's what someone said on Twitter, and it's the perfect saying. It's completely true. And if that doesn't change, then you lot can buy all the best players in the world. You'll have 3 great players, and then the rest of your team will be needing patching again, and it'll be a never-ending cycle like it is at Spurs. And as much as I keep saying this, if you don't sort it out, you'll head that way. And Arsenal fans don't want to hear that, because you're the mighty Arsenal that win trophies and everything.
Well, we're far from the mighty, and I understand how that trophy line must hurt you, because you don't.
It hurts, man. It hurts.
What I would say is, I'm honestly at the stage where I don't really care about the transfer business we've done if Arteta makes it work, innit? Because these are Arteta's signings, innit? So what I'm saying is, this is his team now. You can't say it's that person's team, that person. This is an Arteta team. So if he has, for me, he has no excuses not getting us at least a top 6 finish.
And what you're expecting?
No, I'm not expecting anything from him. I'm expecting us to finish 10th, to be honest, if he stays in the club for the rest of the season. But at the end of the day, I'm more than happy to eat my words and have humble pie at the end of the season if he makes all this transfers work. I'm down with it. All I want is for my club to do well.
I'm not going to lie to you. You've got no European football as well,
so don't worry.
No
Exactly.
European football as well, guys. I think you lot should be pushing for that 6th place because that's so key. Like, I know that we're in that doo-doo Conference League, and I don't even want to be in that cup. But that Thursday travel can, and we've had 2 players, Bergwijn and Moura, got injured in our Thursday game. So I really think you lot should, if you're gonna get back into the Europa League. I know top 4 is impossible, and I'm not even me. For some reason, I said top 4 with Harry Kane when he stayed, but I don't know what I was on, and that was before Ronaldo joined as well. So I can now I can put my hands up and say top 4 is impossible, but top 6, you got to get in that Europa League this season, because if you don't, that's going to be peak.
But I can't see this man doing it. But Darius, what I will say about that Conference League that you lot are in, as much as we've seen the banter of people online and stuff like that, I'm from the day and age where every cup counts.
100%, 100%. And I'm in no position to hold my
if you lot win that cup, that's a great. Then it makes sense you lot be in that competition. You should be trying to do everything to win, because the players will have a win under their belt, a trophy in their cabinet. So for me,
and it gets you in Europa League as well, doesn't it? I believe
exactly. So I say every cup's worth it, man. It adds to your history.
Exactly. Like Nigeria said, he thinks we're going to finish 10th. So when they finish 11th and win that, they'll be all right.
Shut up. Like I said, I want the FA Cup. The FA Cup, like if we didn't finish in the top 6 and we won the FA, and even if we didn't win the Europa League, I want that FA Cup, because I think Leicester brought prestige back. I know that you man won it, but no one cared when you man won it. Leicester brought prestige back to that FA Cup, so I want that FA Cup now, just so we can hold it. But
it's because you're not used to us winning it. That's why.
I hate it when you lot used to win it every single season. Now Leicester win it, I'm chilling. I want that FA Cup now. No more red ribbons on it. It looks way better.
Right. Before we go into predictions, let's rattle through some of these comments. Gumza, this is you. You weren't happy about the thumbnail or the title, were you?
No, I was not happy this morning. I woke up at 8:20 to see Xhaka. I was like, you're having a laugh. I wiped my eyes thinking, this guy, mate. I had to leave a comment. So.
KN Box, how you doing? Yes, guys, North London is red. Tell him.
This is the Xhaka lover.
I'm just going to let the game decide what colour North London is, my friend. I'm not going to say nothing.
Gamza, this is the Xhaka lover.
Yeah, I'm still ready to link up with this guy. You know, me and him need to have some serious words. Man.
I told him we're
time for you, but boy, I don't know
what. You have to come on, mate.
He was obviously in the club when Xhaka got news of Arteta and them lot. He must have been there as well. That's why he's backing Xhaka so much, man.
I'm
not going to agree with that either. Paris, you ain't got to respond. I'll deal with that one for you, mate. There's no chance of
Thank you. I
but
just read, literally
what can Højbjerg do that Xhaka can't, to be fair? I don't like Xhaka, to be fair.
I'm not saying that he can do anything more, but I'm just saying Højbjerg can do everything better. And he doesn't make half the mistakes. Yes.
And do you know what?
Actually,
do you know what? Don't make me stick up for Xhaka. Let's move on. You're right.
No. Okay, the only thing I might give Xhaka on Højbjerg is passing, but everything else, Højbjerg's better at. Like I said, he makes less mistakes as well, and he's a captain, better captain than Xhaka.
That's what I was going to say, Joy.
Is that what you're going to say? Yeah.
Yeah, he don't hide in it, but he's not doing it in a cowardly way. Like Xhaka will foul you but rather than work harder to win the tackle. Like Højbjerg's got that warrior spirit in him, and that Viking kind of roll up your sleeves and get busy. So yeah, I got time for Højbjerg, man.
I got time for any tackler that is about it. Like, so if Xhaka got up after and said, what? I'm on it. But he's like, oh, it's an accident. Sorry, yeah. Like, nah, bro, get in their faces if you're gonna do dumb challenges like that, bro. Show you a real heart.
Always getting red cards, and it's never for bad tackles, is it?
Exactly.
It's for dumb shit, isn't it? For choking a player out, or I don't know what Xhaka is doing these days. Right. Maverick.
True. Another one for you, Darius. Ndombele, I don't think will start. Nuno gave him a dirty look when he slowly walked off the pitch and subbed.
Nah. I definitely think KN Box is looking into that a little bit too much. I honestly think that Ndombele sort of has played Nuno's hands now. I don't think Nuno can't play him. I think skipping Højbjerg. From when he did that, and I said this from when he made that, from when I saw that starting lineup, if we lose game, like not game over, but he's going to get absolutely hell on earth. And Ndombele comes and plays the next 3 games and everybody's smiling because even if he's not, do you know what I mean? Making slide tackles and stuff, he's creating, he's doing things that sort of put a smile on our faces. So I think Ndombele will start, but Ali, in the back of my mind, Ali, I could just hear that sort of, he's trustworthy. Ali, he can whatever, he can run, he can defend now because Ali don't score goals anymore. So everybody who supports Ali says, oh, he's a great defender. He works hard. That's sort of the defense that Ali's got now. So yeah, whatever. Yeah, let me not carry on. Let's just, like you said, you're making. If I have to start defending Dele Ali, then I'm gonna start getting angry. So let's just move on before I end up start doing that.
SKTV, Darius, we're just happy to have a right back that can do basics. Literally, it just shows us how bad Bellerin has been. Big up Hector though, Son is a problem.
I think I can't disagree with that. I like I said, I think that is the battle. You did pick that out. And I think I have to agree with you. That battle is going to be an exciting one. Not even just in terms of like how important, like you said, Tierney and Tony to the game it will be, but just in terms of Son's feet versus Tomiyasu's defending, because Tomiyasu's a good defender as well. It will be just a good footballing battle to see. So I'm looking forward to that.
Definitely. Big up,
kind of King, watching us on the train, I think. Solo, who said I don't watch the shows?
Comes on, it took you 45 minutes in.
Come on now.
Defo on the toilet and checked his phone and saw that we was on, didn't we?
Yeah, 100.
And then he throws this comment up. I'm not even going to read it out.
Coming in with blasphemy.
Even I'm not going to say that.
Friendly reminder: North London is red.
Okay.
I like to think this is Solo agreeing with him. My guy.
At least you know what? I just saw the comments. At least Gunnar King's back in that Xhaka is not better than Højbjerg. It's you know what? Xhaka seems to be the player in your, and correct me if I'm wrong, but is he the player in your fan base that sort of divides opinion the most? Like, there's Xhaka sympathizers and then people who literally do not want him at the club anymore.
It was him and Bellerin. We got rid of one.
Yeah.
Now it's time to get rid of the second. And I think, it's toxic with him in, and that's why for me it's actually.
Is it just one of those? And you know what it is as well. I'm pretty sure, and again, correct me if I am wrong, but I'm pretty sure he mentioned in the interview something about basically confirming that he was going to Roma during the Euros, and
basically,
it was almost pretty much done, and then to turn around and slap a 4-year contract.
And had a sly dig that he was the best midfielder last year in the team. And
is that what he said?
Yeah,
I had a great season, but the team didn't play that well.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, Darius, he done it for most of us when he threw the captain's armband on the floor. You don't.
Yeah, that was me.
I was literally, you know what? I was literally gonna say, I'm not sort of that traditional diehard. I'm not gonna hate. You know, Xhaka was to turn around and have worldy performances. I probably would like say, okay, I've turned a corner. But you would always have that little bit of disdain, always, and it's always going to be if he doesn't put in a good performance, you're always going to try and find a way to single him out first. And for me, like you said, that was disrespectful. That was very, very disrespectful. And also, I think even just as worse is basically confirming that you're leaving and saying that you're gone. And then again, we talk about decision making, and I know Gunnar King mentioned about here in the comment about poor allocation of funds, but in terms of decision making from the board, you basically trying to sell this guy to Roma, and then the next month you're offering him a 4-year contract and he's staying at the club. It's like, wow, what is going on? Like, what is going on? That's the sort of stuff that everybody laughs at Arsenal about. And if that doesn't change, like you said, you can buy as many great players as you want, but you'll be going in circles. And just, I've learned that now from Tottenham. It's now with this director of football, and I can sort of, for the past 3 years, there wasn't really any direction. Now I can sort of see, right, we're buying young players, we're buying players in positions that we need. We got rid of Sissoko. We terminated Aurier's contract, which for the first time I've seen Tottenham do that in a long time. I know you lot were doing that with obviously Ozil and Socrates, and I was saying Arsenal are going to benefit from doing this because sometimes you do need to be cut for it. And I was just happy to see that sort of progress being made. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Xhaka getting contracts like that.
Where do you stand on Kane? Would you have sold?
100% for 150 million. Are you crazy? 100%. And I was sort of flip-flopping all summer, but when I look back at it now,
we've been there a few times. We hold on. And
you know what it is? I thought he would not play like how he's played. It does seem like he's thinking about the move and he's angry that he's not made the move. Right. I thought Kane wouldn't be like that. I thought the reason when I said, as soon as I saw Kane put that tweet on social media saying I'm staying, I thought, yeah, he's back. He's gonna bag his goals. He's back. He knows he's not gonna get moved. Now I'm like, oh, if he's going to play like this for the whole season, 150 million, you bring in Dusan Vlahovic before everybody else sort of realizes he's the next big thing. And
I wanted him.
I want him still. He's on form now. He was the closest to Kane. He's a proper baller, and he's the closest to Kane in terms of profile that we were linked to. Because Martinez as a lone striker isn't going to work in the Premier.
Yeah,
Vlahovic in the Premier League would 100% work, and the kid's 21 years old. Go get him for 70 million. Sort out your striker thingy. Sell Kane for 150, and you still got another 75. You can get another player in a creator. So yeah, Gomza, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think we'll like I said, there's two regrets this summer. I said one was Tomiyasu, the other one was not selling Kane. Son got the contract. I was absolutely over the moon for that. He's the main guy. Everyone knows he's the main guy. We got him for another 4 years for basically the rest of his career now. But it's not selling Kane. If you don't want to be here, man, I don't know if he's going to buy even 20 goals in the Prem this season. I hope he does, though. I really hope he does. And Solo doesn't even know that we're playing on Sunday. I swear
no.
That's how out of the loop he is.
Because the game's on Sunday.
Nah, he said what he meant is a typo. He said North London belongs to Ben White on Saturday.
Oh, shut up. If Ben White has a worldie, I'm actually going to That's one player I don't want to play well because he no. After what Lukaku, not Lukaku,
Lukaku.
Who did you play? Was it Lukaku?
Tony,
no, it wasn't Lukaku who bullied him. Ivan Toney. After what Toney did to him, if he has a worldie against Kane now, all you ask the fans to be like, Kane this, Kane that, look at Ben White. I'm not prepared for that. I'm definitely not prepared.
We're all for that, boy.
I know you are. That's why I'm not looking forward to it.
We'll happily invite you back for the reaction show if that happens.
I'll be on. Don't get me wrong. I'll 100% be on. Even if we lose, I'll be on just because I want to see. I want to see performance-wise. I really do want to see because both of our teams are in the mud right now. So.
Yeah, we're like I've told everyone we are both shit. Let's not get it twisted.
Bad, especially this season. Like it's bad. So I do want to see how this game's going to go, and I guarantee you both teams will probably play out the skin because that's exactly how both of our teams behave.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, drop something.
Nah, this is the funniest comment of the day, bro.
Let me see this.
If X plays, just follow the X, as that could be where the game is won or lost. X as in Xhaka, by the way.
Yeah.
Just follow the X. If you lot just follow Xhaka, you probably win the game.
I actually can't, but if you play Xhaka, I'll be very shocked. That was, but then again, that's like the Dele Alli thing. You lot won't be shocked if Xhaka starts, will you?
Nope. No. Not even a little bit.
No.
Thank you, Twisted. Thanks for subscribing. Much appreciated, mate. I think we should thank Gunner King as well.
We should thank Vieira as well, bringing some Palace fans to our side.
Thank Vieira, that's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's enough for the comments. Let's go on to predictions now, shall we, boys?
Go on.
Let's start with, Gamza. You were right with the Wimbledon score, so we'll go with you.
Do you know what? I hate 2-1. Like, I don't even want to be in that. I don't even want to be in that position either. Like, I don't even want to be 2-1 up going into the 88.
He's the 2-1 guy. There's always a 2-1 guy.
I stay away from
always a 2-1 guy.
My heart can't take 2-1. Like, you know, when you're sitting there 2-1, you're thinking, we're going to concede. I can't do it. So
horrible.
That's why I always go with 3 because I think at least I can feel comfortable when I'm enjoying the game. Because I want to win the tournament, like the competition, but I want to be enjoying it when I'm doing it. I don't want to be sitting there heart and mouth. So I'm going to go 3-1. I'm going to go 3-1 Arsenal. I don't know why. I don't know how I got so much confidence, but it's North London derby and anything can happen in it.
I keep forgetting it is at the Emirates, isn't it? Sorry to interrupt you, Gumza. It is at the Emirates, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, go on, Darius.
So you said 3-1, right?
Yeah.
You're cheeky. I'm not going to lie. You're very
I know,
cheeky.
badly, because we've scored 2 goals all season.
You are cheeky. That is cheeky. That's what I'm saying. Because we only, I think we haven't scored more than 1 goal in a Premier League game, but we scored 2 against Wolves on Wednesday. So this is what I do, yeah. On PAXTON Road, I haven't done prediction in a while, but I always do head and heart in it because my
head says 1-1.
You know one of them. Head and heart I always have to do head and heart. Heart's always the main one I'll go with, but in my head, 2-2 for me. Like a draw is score draw 2-2. That always seems to be sort of what I go for in a away North London derby. But saying that, if you man think that Xhaka's going to start and Ben White starts,
5-0 Tottenham.
7. I'm going to be confident in my team. And because defensively, obviously, we got pammed 3-0 by Chelsea and Palace, but our defenders played well against Chelsea, and then we had obviously Tanganga sent off against Palace. So there's circumstances for those sort of bad results. Apart from that, defensively, we've been very solid, and I don't see Aubameyang threatening us. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know where the threat comes from. I do believe the threat comes from midfield and Xhaka. So if we can handle that, which I believe Højbjerg and Skip will, because we will play them too, I'm going to go. I think you will score. I'm going to go 2-1. I actually just...
Arsenal, swear down.
Calm down.
Come to the Armoury.
I just cussed out Gumza for thinking a 2-1, and now I'm going to actually go 2-1 because I can't think of any other result it's going to be. I'm not saying 3-1 because Tottenham don't seem to be able to even muster 3 shots a game. So 3 goals is a push for us. So I'm going to go 2-1. Let me keep it 2-1 at the heart, but in my head 2-2. I do think that a draw is probably what, because you know what our teams are like. It's stress. It's stress. You'll be 2-1 up, and even in the 96th minute, you can't be 100% sure that your team's gonna pull through. So it's one of them, innit? It's at least you lot are starting to understand the pain of being a Tottenham fan now, which is the only saving grace that I can take from sort of this badness. You know what I mean?
Come on then, Nigerian.
Mate, there's a troll in the comment section trying to get onto me, mate. Said some crazy stuff about Pepe, but I'll put that one to the side. So I would say 3-1 Arsenal, mate.
Oh my gosh, you lot are cheeky.
3-1
You lot
Arsenal.
are actually cheeky.
Partey's gonna score his first goal for Arsenal as well, mate. We're gonna go 2-0 up. Tottenham are gonna make it 2-1, and then as they're chasing the equalizer, Partey is going to come forward, 30-yard screamer, top bins, 3-1 to the good. North London City's red. Amen.
Okay. I think SK is wanting you to buy that Pepe shirt with the Pepe comment there.
If we get 2-0 Pepe scores 2, I will buy Nigerian the Pepe shirt as well.
And I will wear it as well.
Yeah, it would be last season's because I ain't got money like that. But
I would just get done. Gunnar King's got the hookup, bro.
In fact, send me that top down. I'll get it printed for you and send it back.
There we go.
DWTT 3-1 Arsenal. Since I want to look down at Spurs.
Silver Fox, what's your prediction?
Yeah, he's trying to dodge that, isn't he?
Yeah, he's trying to do
He's going through the comments, looking for a good comment to sort of agree with. He's like, yeah, I agree with that comment. I'm going to go with that one there. I want to hear your predictions.
I've got mine in there already. Don't you worry about it. All right. Our Crystal Palace fan twisted to 3-1 Arsenal 2. I just score a brace. Gunnar King's gone for the boring 2-1. And I think that is it with those predictions there. Gunnar King just wants to remind you about the last time you won at the Emirates.
Twice.
20th of November 2010.
Twice since 1993, I believe I saw on Twitter, which is pretty disgraceful. And you know what? It doesn't feel like that, but obviously we must have won in cup games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like that, but yeah, I mean, again, people on Twitter, Tottenhm fans were basically saying if Nuno don't win this game, I've had enough, and I'm like, you do realize it is a North London derby. Like again, we can mock the rival fans, and you have a lot to mock about now, but let's not get it twisted. It's a North London derby. Both sides are going to be like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? There's things to win, and for both of us, like you said, if you beat us, and I don't know what the goal difference is saying. I think only by 2 goals now or something. You don't go ahead of us in the league. And 2-3 weeks ago, we were talking about Arsenal getting relegated and us being high at the top. So things change, man. That's why I'm
in this league, man.
Keeping my mouth closed from now on. I'm keeping my mouth closed from now on. Go on.
I'm going 1-0 to the Arsenal. 1-0. Yeah. But
a little Ben White thing, yeah. So
I was going to say, can I ask for a goal scorer? Can I ask for a goal scorer?
What a goal scorer.
Ben White.
A goal scorer.
It's not going to be. It's not going to be. No, it's not Ben White. It's not Ben White. It's going to be Gabriel. Gabriel header corner
from a corner. Yeah, that's a very good prediction.
I
was going to say put a bet on that one because that does make sense, and I could see a 1-0 either way. To be fair, and just muddy out the game for the rest of the game. Try catch them on the counter.
Well,
horrible.
Well, the funny thing is that's been when Arsenal and Spurs have won this season in the Premier League. It's been 1-0. So and then we'll go 1-0. And then, oh, look, what was it? After our first 3 games, the Tottenham fans were, oh, look at you boys. They could be equal points with us if we beat you.
I know. But the thing is, you know what? The thing is, I do believe, like you said, it is how many games are we? 5 games in? Everybody gets excited. And like I said, that Europe it will catch up on us, and the injuries will catch up on us. And I don't want to, like I said, I'm not going to gas you guys up. I still don't think you guys are going to finish above us. I do think that you guys won't have
you do.
as good a season as you don't think you will. But that no Europe, if it comes to it and it's crunch time, and you know what I mean, there's like a couple points between people, that no Europe will make a massive difference. And the teams, as much as, like you said, TNE, as much as we want to clown sort of the European Conference League and sort of the lack of care for it, when you get into those knockout stages, Europa League teams drop down. Roma are in it, Rennes are in it. I mean, it's not going to be easy games, I'm saying. So we will have to play basically strong squads on Thursday. So I'm just hoping that, like you said, I'm hoping that you have a really shit start to the season so you can't catch up later on. That's what I'm hoping. Because if you don't, you not only play a game a week. So that's gonna be beneficial.
Technical,
say that. Beneficial. 1-0, man. I don't like that. Don't like that.
We're gonna wrap this up now. Darius, thank you for joining us late on, looking all magical in the background there.
Yeah, what's going on there?
That's an Amazon investment because my student room was basically looking like a jail cell. So I needed something to spruce it up. So I decided to get some Galaxy lights.
Something for the ladies. Yeah.
£25. It works a charm. It does work a charm, Tony.
Good. Glad to hear it. Gumza, as usual, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, love, man. Looking forward to Sunday.
Nigerian.
The ends is red. North London is red. Let them know.
Obviously, you can catch Darius on PAXTON TV. It says it right there. There is a link down below if you want to check them out. There will be a preview. A reaction. It won't be with me, so I'll be doing my player ratings on the Monday. Darius, you going to come back for that?
You know what? Like I said, if I'm not free, I mean, if I am free, then 100%. Win, lose or draw, I'm here. I don't hide away.
You're one of the realest Spurs fans. I'll give you that.
You know what it is?
You say it how it is.
He's a real one.
I'm a Spurs fan, but first and foremost, I'm a football fan, and I will not let my loyalties sort of cloud my judgment of football. I will clown, I will banter. Don't get me wrong. But I can see, you know what I mean? When you like football, and I know all of you guys are all football guys, you can have a conversation and you can have your jokes. But when it's time to get serious, it's time to get serious. Regardless of all that, you're still getting smoked on Sunday. So
no.
don't think because I've given you guys a couple compliments, you're not getting smoked on Sunday. And you're all going to get individual voice notes if we do win as well. So be prepared for that.
I believe
be prepared for that. You might even get a video. You might even get a celebration.
Expecting it. Yeah. So anyway, thanks, guys. We're gonna duck out now, and North London is red. Come on, you Gunners.
Let's have it.